Cuz. Record a podcast and call you back.
I'm not even playing.
Alright. Yo, you funny as hell.
Welcome to 298.
Where we talk about anyone and anybody with different.
With no judgment, with
no judgment and different lenses.
How is it that we're still doing this?
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know, man.
Let's do it right.
Alright.
You know what? Fuck it. They know the speech.
Like, yo, we really got mad bloopers, dog.
What's good?
Like, yo, I'm telling you, when he put all the bloopers together, it's gonna be funny as hell. Yo.
I'm your host, Ajax.
And I'm your host, Fly Ra, aka Rashawn Ali. And we have
a return guest.
He liked it so much, his little greedy behind his back here.
I don't know, but I didn't know we accepted walk-ins, but yeah.
For real. And we got a special guest today.
Yes.
Her first time.
Hi.
What do you go by?
What do you go by? Tell them, introduce yourself.
My name is Millie Monroe.
Okay, where they can find you at?
On Instagram, Millie_Monroe.
Okay.
All right.
That's MILLY.
No.
My fault.
No.
It's MI.
If you don't say it, we
LLI_Monroe.
I'm gonna tag it anyway, but just to make sure. You know what I mean? So, we're back for another episode. So much shit's happening. So much shit has happened. And so much shit will keep happening. But of course, you know, we gonna keep talking about it. So, you said you had a question.
I actually got a couple questions, right? But I wanted to jump into something. Swag, what's up? What you have?
Huh?
What you have?
I'm just chiming in. I just want to chime in.
Okay.
I was about to talk about the Dave Chappelle thing.
You want to go back to that? Okay, let's go.
We ain't speaking about that.
We kind of tapped into it last time.
Yeah. It's kind of sad thing, yeah.
Okay, but I don't hear nobody mention how Netflix
Backing them up?
Yeah, you know they gave that man that $60 million.
Listen. Because again, like we said last time, whoever listened to what he said should not be causing any backlash, backfires, or whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. So Netflix backed him up because he stood behind his guy. No matter what he said,
So do you think Netflix? Right? Do y'all think Netflix backed them because they already paid him the $60 million?
No.
Or do you think if they didn't pay him upfront money, if they didn't pay him upfront money, that they would have still backed him when the LGBTQ community?
Let me tell you something. Netflix already knew who they were dealing with, and they needed that raw content. They needed that raw aspect on things. That's why they went and they got Dave Chappelle. They gave him the money they gave him because they know he deserves that money.
You think that's why they gave him
point blank period? Let me tell you something.
Y'all seen the show?
Yeah, I've seen it. I saw the day it dropped.
I watched it.
Let me tell you something.
Let
me tell you something. Yeah,
it was fire.
Let me tell you something.
It was fire.
Netflix is on this movement where there's not one show that does not incorporate a black person. If they're behind the production, they're gonna have minorities in it. Unless if it's a foreign movie that's made, and they have their own rules of doing things, cool. They'll push it. But as far as them paying for production, making sure black people's involved.
All right, let me ask y'all a question, right? Now, we asked this before, but they wasn't on the show. I'm going to start with you, Ash. What's your toxic trait?
With myself?
Yeah, about yourself. Where you can't point the fingers at nobody else.
Don't damn it now.
You
know what it is, because you know what? Sometimes you be sitting there talking to yourself, damn it.
Like, so, get your shit together.
Exactly.
So, I'm going to have to say, oh my God. It's probably my attitude. Like, it's probably like my temper a little bit. It's probably my temper.
Okay, so what about your temper? What sets it off?
I get annoyed by the littlest shit. I just feel like when people don't have common sense with certain things, it kind of annoys
But see, that's a little bit of common sense, right? But a toxic trait is something that you know you do and really has no reason behind it. You just toxic.
No, everything has a reason.
No, everything has a reason.
Yeah.
But when you just have this one thing, you don't even know why you do it.
So she knows
Annoyed.
she just get annoyed easily. Like,
yeah, like by little shit.
that
Like,
shouldn't even matter.
So does that affect the relationship? Because that's when the really toxicity really happens and it's noticeable.
yeah, because it's like, it might be the face expressions and shit. Like, you know how somebody used to tell anything about their face expression? You just like, damn, like. So it might be that because I show the annoyedness, but I don't be saying. Like,
But your face says it, so.
yeah, so it's like.
Okay.
What about you, Spot? What's your toxic trait?
I just like toxic, period. I'm just toxic.
So your toxic trait is that you like toxic trait.
So your toxic is you like toxic people.
Yes.
And you love all of the toxic.
Yeah, until I get annoyed with it.
And then you move on to the next one.
No, see, that's a toxic trait right there.
Yeah.
You can't want toxic people, and then once they get annoying,
because it'd be so fun,
What's
and
annoying?
then it'd be fun, and then I'm like, alright, I'm annoyed.
So you're addicted to toxic relationships.
What's annoying?
Nah, I want peace. I want peace.
I
want peace.
It sound-
and toxic.
no, that's what the toxic is. That's another toxic point. You don't know what you want. That's what it is, and that's causing a lot of problems.
You like when they like, John, I'm not playing with you, John. You like all of that.
Yeah.
And you like causing problems for them to say that.
Yeah, like I want her and her friends to come jump in and all that.
No, joke.
Like, yo, pardon me.
At least
Yo,
try.
pardon me.
At least
Yo,
try.
listen.
He said, at least try.
No, not he. No, he dead serious.
You know what? We need some more truth.
Hey, yo, bro. Hey, yo, listen. Now he got a whole what's name. Listen, not that you want her and her friends to come jump you though.
Yes, jump
Yeah,
him.
he like
flat
all
out,
of that.
lay him on the ground.
He like, oh, she crazy.
Oh, so wait a minute. You like the physical abuse?
You like that? You like that too?
No, I'm not dealing with nothing toxic.
But yourself.
You know, this is why I be having the
Self
times
is
why I
too
be
much.
having to talk to myself.
So,
like, yo, you too much for your own self.
So you want somebody to deal with your toxic?
Nah,
but you can't deal with somebody else toxic.
Hold up, it depends on what type of toxic we're talking about.
So at one point exactly do you notice the toxicity? Is it after the shit happens or after the shit blows over, you walking by, you see yourself in the mirror like, yo, why'd you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
so you gotta see yourself first and see yourself looking like a damn jackass.
Nah, I be noticing like in the middle of it. I'm tripping.
Hey, yo,
But you still keep going though.
But you still got, yo, but you know what I love, cuz? Because he be like, you know, here come, yo, cuz, let me tell me what you think. Hey, him saying that already, though.
He wants to make sure
Hey,
he's
yo,
not the only one that sees himself
yo,
that way.
So he be like, you think I was wrong? Yes.
If you gotta
He was
ask that
wrong.
means you know he was
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah, bro. Y'all about to say like, bro.
What's a
like,
toxic trait from y'all?
I mean, we're ready to discuss this, so I'm not open to discussing that again.
But you got listen.
That's not fair.
Yo, listen.
No, it's
listen.
fair. Go back and watch the show.
I said that my toxic is I tell you to give me some space or leave me alone, but I know you leaving me alone, you know, it's over.
Listen, he's pushing you to leave him alone.
I really
He
don't
doesn't
want you to go.
He doesn't
I really don't want you to leave.
Oh.
But if you do leave, now
but I do need my space. But like my space is don't leave the house. Just go in another room or something. Because if you leave that house, or if I leave the house, I'm like, y'all be back. And I leave that house, it's like
He's saying he like distance, but
don't give it to him. He'll ask you for it, but don't give it to
Yeah.
him. Because now he feels like, you know, you just you
you
abandoned him.
listen, you leave me alone. Listen, I ain't gonna hold you.
So don't ask for it.
You
Then.
give me too much space, goddamn it.
So don't ask for it.
I know how to put space on. I'm the space on.
Oh, I'm laughing so hard
Because you like the same thing.
What is yours, Gene? What is yours, Gene?
You just remember.
I get like that.
I'm
You're done. You're done.
Right,
When you give me too much space, like.
Hey
What's
yo.
yours, Jim?
Mine?
He said he didn't want to get back into that topic.
Nah,
go
yeah,
back
no,
and
you
watch
got-
the
He gonna
show.
chime in. He gonna
He
chime
got
in.
chime in. He
What's
gonna
up?
I'm
chime in.
chime in. Last time I said, like, look, if we're going through something, I zone the fuck out. Like you in this by yourself. You in this by yourself. Like I told you, if number one, we're not arguing. So you doing all that spaz now and shit like that, you ain't talking to me. When your ass calm, so then we'll talk.
Hey yo. Hey yo.
You ain't talking to me.
I know it's bad, but listen. We ain't gonna raise our voices. What's gonna happen is that you don't get me to raise my voice. I start to see red. So I know. No, we gonna calm down.
Yeah.
And like I said before, if we can't talk about it, we definitely can't yell about it. So you know, it might be toxic to some people. For me, it works. Like, look, we ain't doing this right now. And listen, if you keep going, look.
You know how to tune out.
Listen, if you keep yapping and shit like that, and your voice is raised, I'm looking at you like this.
Don't hear nothing.
No, I'm actually somewhere else.
Yo,
I'm actually somewhere else. My body's here, but spiritually, I'm in astral land.
Yeah.
Keep going. That's crazy. That's so
That's
funny.
funny as fuck.
That's funny.
Sorry. For those that witnessed it and had to go through those moments, but yeah.
Yo,
That's deep.
Is there anything that you ever like wanted to like? You might have seen something online that you like. I wanted to jump on that conversation, or something that's like that you want to ask the fellas, or anything. It could be anything. You know, you got.
You better open up.
That's one of those I do type of
I
looks.
wasn't even gonna, that was actually not the look. The look was that, damn, why you on me right now? What?
Not talk.
You gotta give it a chance.
You gotta give it a chance. No, trust me. Everybody gonna eat.
I don't know. I can't think of a question right now.
Alright, so listen, when you find that good space and time to say it, you gonna say it. But I got a question, right? Based on the last conversation we had, somebody was like, listen, I think it's great that you guys talked about this, but what do you guys think about this? It falls in the same category almost. What do you think about babies? Not babies, babies.
Theybies.
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 Right.
What is that?
Good question, right? So this is what it is. So people are fighting to have hospitals not put the gender of the baby on the birth certificate.
What the fuck?
So they want to consider them as babies. So they're not gonna give they don't want to put the sex of the child on the birth certificate and give the child up to age 4 or 5 to decide which gender do they think they are, and then they'll go back and write. So now the question is, are we gonna let a 0 to 4-year-old smoke Marlboros, drink vodka,
but they might know themselves though. To your logic.
No. No, it wasn't my logic.
No,
said, the reason why I said that, if you ask me the right question, I'm going to give you the right answer. When I said that, it's because for a while now, almost maybe 10 to 15 years into the making, right? They were documenting this one child. He was a boy.
Mm-hmm.
He started liking, he started gravitating towards the color pink. He liked the idea of dresses and stuff. And no matter how much his father and their mother pushed him for that male gender role, he was completely against it.
Mm-hmm.
So to the point where they're like, okay, let's just see where this goes. So they let the kid be, and the kid was naturally the opposite sex. So this is something that has been documented. It's not just that one child, but it has happened. So when I was bringing that argument last time, it was based on things that already have happened. It's not that I'm putting my opinion out there based on what I think.
I got you, but even that has a lot of questions into that. Because
it does, but it's not answers that we have.
No. Who says that? Because hold on, wait. Are we basing our knowledge based upon being indoctrinated by those just in America?
No.
All right. So this is my point. So just because you said that's not something that answers that we have, and I'm saying, who says that? We ain't new to the. This is not something that's just new. People been studying this for a long time now.
Right. So that means it's been happening, right?
So my question
that means it's been happening.
Not with our people. Probably 6,000 years ago, there's no statues of men with broken wrists, bro.
Listen,
there's no statues.
There's a lot of things about our people that's not been said.
No,
okay.
See,
but no. But we can't say that we know the whole history of our people.
Let's go.
People are people, and people are.
So let's go with the facts. All right. So let's go with the facts. Let's go with what we do know. Let's not speculate. Let's not talk about what we think. Let's go about what the facts. The fact of the matter is, we don't have a history prior to 6,000 years ago of you seeing black men loving on or being with another black man. There's no history of that. Bring it up.
Do we know if there was black people in Sodom and Gomorrah? We don't know that.
First of all,
so you know that whole town. You know that whole town was doomed from what it was. But we don't know if there wasn't black people. What I'm saying is, I hear you, and I'm not going against that. But what I'm telling you, we also have to be open to the idea that it's out there.
And Sodom and Gomorrah is within the last 6,000 years. That should be perfect. I said prior to 6,000 years ago, which means that we haven't intermingled.
But you know, so what you're doing right now, you're straying away from the question.
No, I didn't. I was about to go to it.
So let's get to it.
Because you said there was no answer, but you said babies, all right?
Theybies.
I ain't with that. I got a goddamn baby, all right? And it's going to be either a boy or girl.
That's it.
One or the other, all right? Now, when you get grown...
He came out dangling, or she came out with a W. Like, you going to put that shit on the fucking paper?
Hey, yo, listen, and when my child become grown, if you go off on your own, start talking about you something or other than what the hell, I just like you was born with, then that's your business.
That's on you, but you came out looking the way I did.
Right? Last time I checked, all right, goddamn it, that thing was dangling. All right, that's it. Or the other thing,
or the W,
or the W, one or the other. Like, I don't know what you talking about. I changed it behind when you was a baby. All right. Now you go about your own business at this point in time. You know what I mean? But
you have any kids?
A son.
You got a son. So what if they came and they said, "Look, we're not gonna put anything on the paper yet. You know, you let the child decide." But they don't allow you to put anything on there because they're very proactive on this baby
exactly
shit.
What he is. I'm gonna put exactly what he is.
But what if you're in the midst of being drugged up, right? Because you know the whole medicines that they give you while you're going through birth. Now you're a little gaga. You push the baby out. You're going through this whole ecstasy phase. They're like, yo, listen, we're not gonna put anything on the paper right now. You okay? You're okay with that, right? No, or you gonna wake the fuck up at that moment and be like, okay.
You know what's crazy? Like, I don't really like meds and shit like that. Like, I don't really.
So you be natural birth anyway?
Nah, I got the epidural, but I ain't get it until like almost time to push. Like, I probably was like 9-10 hours in before I was like, all right, let me get the epidural. So, and I was like 41 weeks pregnant also. That's
41 weeks?
Yeah.
That baby was overtime.
Yeah, but when it comes to like, but when it comes to like stuff like meds and stuff, like, I don't really be like taking pills and stuff like that. They're trying to kill us.
Well,
let's not get on that. So
no, we did that.
We did that already.
Nah,
but
I'm tired of explaining it to people because they don't.
What's your take on it?
I just don't even want to go down there.
So go there. Listen, let me tell you something. You forgot the one rule. This is 1798.
I know. What I'm saying is just the whole COVID thing, people got their own opinion about it, so they may not see it how I see it.
That's
COVID, or we talking about childbirth?
But I'm saying I had got to there because I was saying I ain't like the medicine.
All right, so you don't want to say, I'm going to say it for you. So it's a fucking business, right?
That's right.
So what happens is that, so when you go to the hospital, right, you're trying to do natural birth. They want the room, they need you to be like a damn cash cow. Have your baby and get the fuck out. So what happens is that, if you have a natural birth, they can't make the money on you, right? So what they do is they let you go through labor. All right, now they keep testing you. 1 finger, 2 finger, 3 fingers. Okay, you're not dilating fast enough. So what do? They say like, look, listen, we gotta speed this up. The baby's in distress. So they give you Pitocin.
C-section.
No.
The C-section.
It's a process. It's a process. They give you Pitocin. So what does Pitocin do? Pitocin increases the contractions. Mm-hmm. So now you're really in pain. Right? You're having more contractions faster than you should be. Mm-hmm. Cool. So now the body's going through a process, so it's not dilating fast enough. Mm-hmm. Right? So now you're in pain. So what do? They come back and offer you, listen.
Squeeze this when
No, not even. They keep coming back on you. Like, listen, you're not dilating. Baby's in distress.
Putting fear in you.
We're gonna have to do a C-section. And you're like, nah, I want to push this baby out. Meanwhile, the drugs that they're pumping in you is affecting the child. Mm-hmm. Baby's heart rate starts to drop a little bit. Baby's a little high, right? So then they tell you know what? We have to do an emergency C-section. So now they give you the epidural. Mm-hmm. So now you have the epidural. You're fucking numb down there. You can't push.
I don't feel nothing.
You can't push.
I really couldn't. I'm like, yo, I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
Like ice chips.
They're giving you ice chips.
Yeah, I had the whole ice chips in my mouth.
They're giving you ice chips. All right. So now you got the epidural. You can't control your anything from waist below. Mm-hmm. You can't really push this baby out. So now guess what? You hear the baby's in distress. They put the heart monitor. The baby's heartbeat's like, they put the fear in you and like, yo, the baby's heart rate is, is kind of lowering.
It's all the business.
So guess what? Mm-hmm. Now we got emergency C-section.
You know,
they get more money for that.
You know the funny thing is, I would just, I forgot that lady name. I know her name was Mary something. She was the like a doctor administrator at the hospital, right? Mm-hmm. As in the paper that I had gave you, the last edition.
Yeah.
She got caught on camera telling, and this is bringing back that how all of this is still a business. Mm-hmm. She got caught on camera telling the marketer of the hospital that to put everything underneath COVID. Mm-hmm. Check everyone underneath COVID. Right. So then now, and then they said, so you can start. So and then she told the other doctors and nurses, tell the patients that if you don't get the vaccine, you're going to die.
Yeah, I was just in medical billing. They really, every body part is a price.
I was about to say, do you know flu season, right? Normally you get about almost roughly 38 million people per year. Do you know for 2020 and 2021, you know how many people got the flu? A little over 2,000 people.
Okay.
Now, it's normally 38 million.
Yo.
So which means you no longer, where's the flu people at? So listen. Then they got caught. Listen, lastly, I'm just going to end this part. They had also got caught doing this. It's all on camera. Is ivermectin and hydrochlorophyll, right? If you got the vaccine, right, that they would give those people who got the vaccine that. And if you unvaccinated, they would give you another medicine called, start with an E, remdesivir or something like that. But they know it produces more fluids in the lungs. Yeah. And you have a high possibility to die. So when you die, they say, see, this person died because they didn't this person died because they didn't get the vaccine. So it's the agenda. It's all about the bread. And you know how much it costs?
When they test positive for the COVID, it's $13,000. When they die, it's $35,000. They always shooting for the kill for the big numbers.
And that's why a lot of these hospital workers, they quit their job. They're like, yo.
I was about to say, and those people with the dumb arguments, the people with the dumb arguments, oh, you got so many, it's doctors,
it's people
this and the third.
Dying.
Well, listen, right? So what? All of these doctors and nurses around the country, and it's a lot of them, protesting because they don't want to take the vaccine. Why are they protesting?
Because something ain't right.
Something ain't right.
They're in the field and they don't want to take it. Something ain't right.
I was about to say,
but even outside of the vaccine, it's other stuff too. Like all these hospice and all that stuff. They be telling people to get on the cure stuff. They really be killing people inside of them hospitals.
Yeah,
they ask you straight up, you got insurance? Because they already know insurance is going to pay for it off the rip. If you don't, they taking you through trials and tribulations. And they going to haunt you for their money. If they don't get it, they going to throw you in the took elections.
And another key marketing thing that they've been doing, right, is if you're against COVID vaccine, they blanket you and say, "Oh, he's against vaccines in general."
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like, why this person can't pick and choose what vaccines they want to take? Right. They don't have to take all of the vaccines.
Right.
And this person taking these tests. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
No, you the guy.
They got us going crazy with these COVID tests. Like, we really out here fighting a war with a sickness that ain't even real. Like, it's killing me.
I mean, but that's not deny that some people did die from it.
Listen, let me tell you why I don't think. I just said I worked in medical billing.
Okay, I'm listening.
Like,
we're all ears.
Every part of your body costs something. It's more. You worth more dead than you are alive. We all know that.
Right.
Numbers do go crazier because you got to pay for all this stuff. Everything's a business, like y'all just said. So it goes back to like they telling. It's too many people in the world, so the population is a lot going on. Yeah, they got all this money to do stimulus checks here and there, but they want us to all believe that it's a disease out there in the air that can kill us. Okay, y'all got a cure for this, but what about the other shit like cancer for real? Or the other stuff past cancer, like there's uncurable STDs these days. What about that? That's been around for God knows how long.
Yeah, shout out to the black sister that just actually first doctor, and she was a black.
Oh yeah, with the nano
joint.
Yeah, first black doctor to cure cancer with nanoparticles or something.
Nanoparticles. Shout out to that sister.
They don't. A lot of people don't know like. When you go to the hospital, they don't care about you breaking. Like you said, when they have a baby, they pushing you the fuck right out. Like, I expect. You got a kid 2 days, not even 2 days. It's like a day now.
And you know what they do too? They're like, yo, listen, they leave you in pain. They're like, yo, we gotta wait for the anesthesiast to get here. The anesthesiast is fucking in the break room. Oh, he's in another hospital. He's making his way here. So, you know,
even with the BMF shit. I don't know if y'all watch BMF.
No, I didn't watch it yet.
So when Beach Brother got shot, right? Before he got shot, after he got shot, he had 2 surgeries. But I just
we doing spoilers at this
time? No, I'm not spoiling. It came on already. I just want to say what the father said. The father was saying, like,
the father said he was alright.
Hold on.
He said the second surgery.
That they messed up his eyes because he had vision first.
So the doctor was saying
like, oh no, we did everything we could do. You know how that go. We did everything we could do. I'm looking into that. Like,
right.
So it's just to go to say that like they really be out here killing people for real. Like,
no, and that's a fact.
That's why they put people on life support because they know the family gonna pull a plug. They're not gonna want to see them suffer like that and like, oh, you're really going through. How can I? They don't want to see their family suffer. So like, all right.
And then we talked about this already, but we also said that. Black people have the highest child mortality rate because at the hospital when a black woman's sitting there crying about pain, they don't believe you because they feel like since you're black you have a high tolerance for pain, so they don't believe you. They don't bring you no pain medication or nothing like that. But let you have been
they be killing you.
A little lighter.
I'm about to
you know what I'm saying? No, they go ow,
and they literally be. Listen, man, if you don't think my thing is this with black people, right? If you don't think that it's not an agenda against you when you know you've been living against an agenda against you all your life, now all of a sudden something has changed, you're the problem. I'm no longer blaming the enemy at this point. We have a 400+ year history. We've been amongst white people in America for 400+ years. No one from out this country could come in this country tell us about white folks. No one in this country could tell us about white folks.
Right.
We've been living with white folks for 400 years.
We know them pretty well.
We know them pretty well, right?
Yeah.
So now listen, now all of a sudden, now we've been going through this whole entire time. Now all of a sudden that you think that something, they just woke up one day and just said, you know what? We changed. You're the problem. I'm not even. Listen. I'm my biggest analogy I always use is if you had a Jew, right, and if the Jews was in this position, they won't take nothing from a Nazi. Right. The Germans couldn't do anything.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? They couldn't do anything. Come on, cuz you're on camera, bro. You being extra.
I'm chilling.
Oh, I'm looking directly at the camera as we talking. You being extra, bro.
It's like a classroom. You want to have a private conversation?
Yeah.
Tell us what you guys are talking about.
I'm listening.
I ain't gonna say that. I just laughed at him.
Yeah, because you being yeah.
But vital points.
But yeah, but like as I said, like if a Jew won't take nothing from a Nazi, but because they look at them as their enemy. Period. All right, what you did to us, we will never forget. And now all of a sudden we shall overcome people. Like that generation is over.
Forgiving ass people, boy.
Yeah, that
Like
generation is over.
Like
which is okay because you know what?
There's nothing wrong with being forgiving.
It's nothing wrong with that because you know what? There's some
earned.
things you don't leave on your spirit, which makes you lighter on this earth. All right, it's just a different conversation, but you become lighter by not holding certain grudges. You know what I mean?
Yeah, listen. I wouldn't listen. Listen,
Here
man.
we go.
I ain't even playing none of those games, but I understand it's the fear, and black people love but black people have a fear, inferiority,
and love their oppressor.
Of course, it's called what? Stockholm syndrome.
Uh-huh.
100%. Why do you love your enemy? Because your enemy gives you nothing, and you keep coming back for him over and over again. You don't want to leave. Lazarus from the rich man's gate, keep begging for bread. Like at the end of the crumbs, really in reality, you don't even get the full loaf. They just give you a little crumbs and you be happy. And then you got dumb Stephen A. Smith going online talking about disrespecting Kyrie Irving, talking about you. He literally, Jay Williams earlier said, "So Stephen A., are you saying that Kyrie should not worry about what goes on in his body?"
Stephen A. is sucker.
100%. Not goes on in his body for him and his well-being and his family, just to be a part of his team.
Yeah.
And he gonna say, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
So there's somebody who's completely listen. That's somebody who's completely selfish. All right, because that gives them less of a subject to talk about. Mm-hmm. If this person's out of the game, and just one less person to talk about, because now you done based your whole life and career about talking about athletes and how they perform and what they do. So if you have one less person to talk about, kind of you.
And he's the straight suckers. No, him and I really like Kendrick Perkins, but he was a sucker too. All right, just because then you talking about all these people dying at X, Y, Z, this, and the third. First of all, bro, it's people dying. You actually have a 99% chance of surviving COVID without the vaccine. 99%. And if you over 80 years old, it drops down to 94%, a still higher rate. And then he's like, well, then Stephen A. Smith dummy behind gonna talk about, I never heard nobody dying of the vaccinations. Oh, stop the cap, bro. What are you talking? You not been paying attention to the adverse numbers? Like, what are you talking about? And Harvard University did a study. They said they only report 1 out of every 100 reports of negative reports of the COVID vaccine. That's like, crazy. Please, bro. And then also they got caught. Doctors came out saying how the Delta variant thing came about. The doctors actually came out saying this. That when the reason why that happens because when people was taking the vaccine, the adverse part would start happening. They would start getting the side effects of it. They was coming inside the hospital. It was too many of them, and they had to say that they didn't want to say it was because of the vaccine. So they blamed it on the Delta variant. Like, right? So they won't say, oh yeah, they because remember it was trying to say you won't be hospitalized and this, that, and the third, but that's actually true. I mean, that's actually not true. People who taking the vaccine actually has been hospitalized.
So are you saying that there's no Delta variant?
I'm not saying that there's no Delta variant. I'm saying that they was all those that had the vaccine that was coming in.
I just want to be
but sure. now some scientists were saying that there's no test for the Delta variant. That's an actual lie.
Because they put the word variant. Once they put variant, that means that it's a different than what we expect. It's a different type from what we initially were aware of. No, so now we're not prepared for this. Yeah. All right. So it's basically like saying, like, look, listen. I bought the Air Force Ones. They came out with a new variant today. It's a brown one. Am I gonna buy it? I don't know about no brown Air Force Ones. You know what I'm saying? I damn near don't wear the black ones. So, you know what I'm saying?
Not the black ones.
Yo, red flag.
Not the black ones.
Shorty says a red flag if you walk around with the black ones.
You mean business?
Okay, wait. Let's go into a lighter note. Let me ask this question for her.
You mean business when you mean black?
Listen. Is there really a thing, right, with people wearing the black Air Force Ones.
I don't really think it's a thing. I just think people just always got some shit to say.
No, we give out the best work. If I come to your crib with the black forces on,
you mean
I'm
business?
coming in to handle business.
Oh, okay. So wait. So that's what that means.
Yeah.
Like, at least for you. Like, listen, I mean,
like,
business.
You can wear them, but I'm here to stand on.
Like, I'm about to stump a mud hole out your ass, so I'm wearing the black one so I don't get them stained.
No, not that type of business.
Nah, we talk.
I know.
Oh,
Take it the other way.
Right, yeah.
I'm here to stump.
I'm here to stand on what I said.
Yeah.
I'll come and give you straight word.
I was in line when I was in line when I got
They
that
just gonna look straight down like, yo.
Okay.
Hey yo.
No words spoken. You open the door.
Hey yo.
See your butt?
You gonna be right. You gonna be right in her.
I know what you're here to do.
You gonna be right in her group chat. You gonna be right in her group chat.
Yo,
That nigga came with black force.
No. She ain't gonna say, yo, that nigga been business. They gonna be like, what?
No words spoken. No words spoken. She opens the door, white Air Force One. You're like, he ain't doing shit. Come with black Air Force Ones. Okay, all right.
She gonna hit you with the what? Look, she gonna hit you with the. She gonna look down. She gonna hit you with the. You always tell what do you want from me?
While she doing. Listen, she gonna see the black Air Force when she gonna take a shot herself because she knows it's about to be a rough night.
Yeah, no, big facts. That's what I'm
Black forces.
All right, so it's not really a thing with black Air Force Ones. Y'all just be picking the battles.
Yeah, that's
when
right.
you wear them shit.
You know what? It's October. I'm going to get a pair.
You know, I never had a pair of black Air Force Ones.
I never had a
pair. Never.
Oh man.
I'm not too much of a fan of a low top though. That's my thing though.
Low top.
Like it has to be mid. You know, I mean, I haven't worn a high top sneaker in a long time either. But I've never been a fan of low cut
don't
sneakers.
speak of high. Yo, last time I had a pair of high tops, yo, we was beefing with 6th Street. Yo, bro. Hey, yo, listen.
Excuse me, sir. No gang conversations at this table.
Hey, yo, listen. This old, like, this long time ago. 4th of July parade, man. So you know it was going down. It was all white with the black bottom. You know what I mean? All in the midst of the B, big stain, blood, get on my snake. I was mad as hell. Like, yo, y'all always doing something.
Hey, you're in the midst of it. They can't miss your ass. You tall as a motherfucker.
I know, we used to get busy though. That's a whole nother story though. But yeah, listen. I gotta leave on this short note because it's over. This is it. So this is it. We just wanted to say thank y'all for tuning in.
You're welcome.
And thank you for showing up. Jihad. Chubby, well, no, you gotta talk. What's your name?
Listen, Slimmy Hoes.
And how many more weeks? How many?
Like 3 more weeks, man. It's chubby, but it's gonna be Slimmy in like 3 more weeks.
That's right.
That's why he was barely present today.
He just came
this is present.
Yeah, because he swallowed it.
Yeah, man.
Whoa.
Flag.
All right, so listen. Once again, I'm your host, Ajax. It's your man, Fly Rye.
The real McFly.
Millie Monroe.
Chubby Hoes, yo.
For now, but he won't be Schlimmer Monroe.
3 weeks gonna be Slimmy Hoes.
Thank y'all.
On that note, peace.
Closes.
We gotta take a picture.